Good day, class. So for today, we will be dealing with designing an advertisement. So it is said that, class, the lifeblood of any newspaper is the income derived from its advertising. So advertisements, or simply ads, stress the image of the product. Short, class, they sell the product. Advertisements are persuasive messages that call or draw the attention of the viewers to take notice of a product or idea. So they have to be very creatively done so as to be powerful enough to convince and persuade the viewers. There are numerous ways to advertise, class, depending on your budget and of course your creativity. You can call the attention of the world or the attention of a specific group. So there are numerous ways of advertising a product. Nowadays, you can pay for a of airtime or small space in the World Wide Web. Okay? So, however, class, the best way to start advertising is with a classic poster or an advertising sign. So, for this week, class, we are going to have a print advertisement. So, here are our objectives. At the end of this lesson, the students will be able to, of course, learn the basic of advertising design, apply previous to your desktop publication skills, and of course to create an advertisement. Okay, so we have here the examples of advertisement. Okay, for sneakers. Okay, oh dear, it's hard to spell when you're hungry. So if you keep making typing mistakes, grab yourself a sneakers box. So that is a kind of a print advertisement. We also have the Pepsi World. Okay, we also have the Pizza Hut. Okay, so those are the kinds of printed advertisement. So kindly take note of the how it is layouted. Okay. We also have the Lay's, okay. Taste Bud Heaven. Okay. We also have the Polydent. Okay, so you'll forget you're wearing dentures. Okay, so those are the kinds of print advertisement. Okay, so we have here the term advertising. Okay, advertising is the action of calling public attention to an offering through paid announcements by an identified sponsor. Okay, so we have here the goals of advertising. Okay, the purpose of advertising. Okay, so we have here to inform. So advertisements are used to increase brand awareness and brand exposure in the target market. So informing potential customers about the brand and its products is the first step towards attaining business goals. You also have to persuade. So persuading customers to perform a particular task is a prominent objective of advertising. So the tasks may involve buying or trying the products and services offered to form, of course, a brand image, okay? To develop a favorable attitude towards the brand, okay? And of course, to remind. Another objective of advertising is to reinforce the brand message and to reassure class the existing and potential customers about the brand vision. So, advertising helps the brand to maintain top-of-mind awareness and, of course, to avoid competitors stealing the customers. Okay? So, this also helps in the word-of-mouth marketing, especially if you are good, if you have the power of mouth marketing. Okay, always remember that, okay, a good advertisement starts with knowing that your goal is to sell your product. Meaning, an ad must first be noticed. So the layout of an ad should feature your product's best assets. Okay? So the layout, it is a plan of where to place an element and how big it should be. Okay? So the layout of your design will serve as the frame or backbone of your ad. Okay? So the goal of advertising is to get some people to do, okay, some type of action. So how the element of an ad design are placed in the page will help accomplish this. Okay. Research shows, class, that people notice 5 advertising design elements and people notice them in the following order. The visual. Okay, the number 1 is the visual. So the visual is the image. People usually notice a picture more than they do the words. Okay. Consider a movie poster, class. Imagine if it had the words, for example, Star Wars Episode 3. Okay. Would people go and watch? What do you think? Okay, the answer is yes, because Star Wars is already well known, right? However, class, if you had a new title, you would need some breathtaking graphics to call people's attention. So this doesn't apply only in movies, but even when you're selling a car or any product. Okay, so an interesting image will always call people's attention. So this is why beautiful models are used in magazines. Okay, the second one is the caption. So a caption is a phrase or a sentence used to summarize the importance of charts, what else, graphs, illustrations, photographs, or even tables. So captions identify the people in photographs and relate the photo or graphic items to the surrounding body. So a caption, class, may not be necessary at all times. And often, you want to include additional elements such as secondary illustrations or a keyword box. Okay? And of course, the headline, which is very necessary. Okay? It is the extra large opening statement used in a layout. So sometimes, class, it summarizes what the text is about. Okay? It is the part of an advertisement that gets the reader's attention. Okay? It actually arouses the interest, okay, by providing a benefit and leads them to read the rest of the ad. Okay? We also have the copy. Okay? So the copy refers to a written material, in contrast to the photographs or other elements of the layout. So it is the written part of an advertisement. So effective copy is important even in visually oriented advertising messages. Okay, we also have the signature. So the signature contains the advertiser's name and contact number. Okay, so generally, class, people would notice the visual first and then move on to the rest. However, class, sometimes your headline might lead the ad better, or the visual may not be your strongest element. In such cases, class, it is advisable to put your headline first. But an ad should not necessarily be limited to these elements. Okay, sometimes it has to add a secondary illustration or things like coupons. Okay, so in addition, class, okay, research shows that people read or view ads in a Z or reverse S pattern. So this is why, class, you would want the most powerful element on the top left portion and your signature on the bottom right so that people can respond to your ad. Okay? Okay, note, class, that coupons can attract attention and increase responses to your ad. So even a fake coupon or something like a box made of dashed lines will also attract attention. Always remember, class, that the goal of the ad is to sell and to sell. Okay, you must catch a person's attention. Again, to sell, you must catch a person's attention. So you can change the margins, what else, fonts, size of the visual. The idea, class, is to experiment with these elements and use what you believe will get the most response. Okay, so here are a few examples of ads and the different layouts. Okay, so in this ad class, as you can see, the visual is on top of the page followed by the headline. So afterwards, class, is the copy. Okay, most people use a drop up as a lead to draw and the reader into the copy. So the drop up. Lastly, class, you will place your signature. Okay, it is usually found in the lower right hand corner because it is where the reader eyes, of course, will eventually point to after being drawn into the ad. Okay. Another example, class, is, of course, sometimes the headline packs a bigger punch. Okay, and should be placed before the visual. So in this ad, the headline is on top of the page followed by the visual. It can work, okay, either way. So as a designer, you need only to use your discretion to see which would be more of an eye catcher. Also, class, adding a coupon would increase responses. So in this ad class, you place your signature. Okay, so it is usually found in the lower right hand corner. Sometimes, class, you may feel that the headline and the image have the same impact. Okay, if so, you may want to place the visual first to the left. Okay, if the visual lends itself to a more vertical arrangement, or if you want to equalize the importance of the visual and the headline, okay, you may try this layout. And to the right of the visual, you can also place the headline next. When you break your headline up into several lines like this, you'll probably want to avoid headlines that are too long. Okay, so here are some tips and tricks in designing advertisements. So the first step is to emphasize contrast. Okay, contrast is good. Remember that, class? Okay, you have a variety of fonts and colors. So choosing the right fonts and using them well is the key. So never use more than 3 fonts in an ad. Why? Because they tend to distract the reader. Okay, so the proper use of bold-faced characters is important. However, class, one should never use too much of it. This is due to the fact that our brain, okay, process text written in lowercase letters better than they do uppercase ones. Okay, so in fact, class, people remember the spelling of some words based on how they appear when written in lowercase letters. Also, white spaces are a mess. Okay, so when dealing with small space, never consider, class, white spaces as a waste of space. Okay, in fact, class, they make your ad clearer and easier to understand. Okay, we also have to maintain balance. Okay, so maintain balance, of course, by strategically placing elements such as graphics, type, that's logos, in such a way that your ad flows well and is balanced across the space. Okay, so if one side is heavy in type, okay, place a large scale logo or graphics on the other side. Okay, also you should know your customers. Okay, and knowing your customers, of course, it is always good to know what your target market wants to see, what is pleasing or appealing to them. Okay, knowing this will help you, and remember that most readers take a reverse S path when scanning an ad. Class, always remember your goal. Okay, always remember that we want to sell with our ad. This should be both the starting and ending point of your print ad design. So know before you start what your objective is. Okay? Begin always with the end in mind. And end by critically examining your ad to make sure that it meets the goal. Okay? Also, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Okay? So the visual part of your ad should take up at least 25% of your ad space. So studies show that visual or more graphics heavy ads tend to be noticed more. Okay? So look at this example class. Okay, consider the following ad. Okay, what is wrong with this ad? Okay, so our next topic is all about what to avoid. Okay? Okay, number 1 is too much clutter. Okay, remember class, the use of white spaces. Don't try to fit in too much information. If you can't fit all your information, then eventually get a larger size ad. Okay, we also have the unclear message. Identify what you want the reader to know, of course, and what kind of reactions you want. Make sure, class, you know what you are trying to get your reader to do before you start designing an ad. Keep the objective in mind at all times and review your ad when you are done to make sure this has been, of course, accomplished. Okay? Always proofread, class. Okay? Number 3 is what to avoid, class, is are errors. Okay? So it may seem like mistakes are easy to avoid, but they happen more often than you would expect. Okay? The next is lack of contact details. Never forget, class, to place your signature. If your reader can't remember contact information or signature, your ad is of course useless, even if you convince your reader. So always remember to place your signature in an easily noticeable location. Okay? So, earlier I have presented you this ad. Okay? And look at the difference. Okay? Notice the difference, class, ha? We applied, of course, the tips and tricks, of course, in doing an advertisement. And we, of course, refrain what to avoid in making advertisement. Okay. Let's make an advertisement. Okay, so getting started, class, all marketing projects, even a simple one like making an ad, starts with adequate, of course, research. So keep in mind, class, okay, that you should know your market. Your design also, of course, must suit your purpose, and that an ad with great impact sticks to the memory of the audience. Okay, even, class, the commercial, right? Okay, creating an ad with a template. If you feel, class, that creating an ad entirely from scratch is tiresome, okay, it would be better if you use a template. Okay, so the Microsoft Office Templates website provides tons of templates. Okay, so there you can search for specific advertisement templates for posters and flyers. Okay, we have seen this in our previous lesson. Okay, here is one good template from the Microsoft Office Templates website. Okay, that is an example of a template for an advertisement found in MS Word. Now, if the template template are not available, you can always make an ad from the scratch. Okay, so you have the idea now, especially of using a different contextual tabs in Microsoft Word. Okay, you can create a wireframe of your advertisement so as to have an idea of the best areas of the document for the elements of your ad. So you may place elements of your advertisement design based on different layouts that you have learned. Okay, so the following sample class, it's a recreation of one of the designs created using Word that was featured earlier. So let us dissect its ad design and what word elements were to use to make each one. Okay, so we have here the caption text box. Okay, so we make in this recreation class, we make use of text box, okay, JPEG image, okay, the headline using word art, and again for the signature using JPEG image. Okay, I hope and I am pretty sure, class, that you are very familiar with this different elements in contextual tabs. Okay, we have word art, inserting pictures, okay, inserting signatures. Okay, active class also, when using text such as word art over images rather, okay, you are going to use shadows. Okay, so when applying a word art style on a highlighted text, click on the Insert tab, then on the Word Art button under the text group. Okay, you're already familiar with this class. I've already discussed it to you from our previous lesson. When you click on the word style, the drawing tools contextual tab appears, right? So click on shape effects under the shape styles group, then click shadow to choose a shadow effect from the given choices. So this creates class an illusion to the text, okay, or the floating over. Okay, in addition, class, shadows make the text, of course, more visible. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you, class. Okay, I hope you've learned something. Do you have any questions? Okay, feel free to send me a message. Okay, Happy New Year, class. Goodbye and thank you.